There were no misspellings, no horrible questions. Are you the complete package? Do you have the unique cutting-edge talent and the follow-through it takes to succeed? No inscrutable requirements. Must have full head of hair or no hair at all. No pent-up rage. Fuck whiners, egomaniacs, and slackers. If you aren't 150% serious about making this band a full-time gig, then go sit on your fucking finger and rotate. No scamming. This is nonfiction. Raw, slick, fast, slow, lo-fi, no-fi, hipster, retro, old school, post-punk, neo-soul. I will fill in your blank, rock star. After months of looking for bandmates on Craigslist, it was a relief to find the producer. A professional who also happened to meet my minimal standard of being sane, polite, and competent. His ad was vague, mentioning only that he was looking for a female singer to collaborate on a new album, but I noticed that he hadn't used the word collab, nor did he make any wild flag-raising claims. Still, I had to admit, the thing that appealed to me most here was that a producer, as opposed to a mere bandmate, had power. Something I lacked, something no one else I knew had any of either. True, I had never worked with one, or even met one, but I imagined a producer to be something like the Thomas Cook of the rock world, riding the rough seas of Craigslist to unearth raw talent, returning to lay treasure at the feet of Tommy Mottola and David Geffen. At the very least, his Soho address inspired confidence. It felt like cheating, but I craved a shortcut. Casual encounters of the musical kind had come to dominate my nights and weekends, trapping me in a surreal game of speed dating with a cast of similarly damaged and desperate people. Why were the people I met through Craigslist in New York so different from the easygoing musicians I played with when I lived in Austin, the ones I'd found by going to record stores and putting up flyers, just like a medieval person? The people answering my ads now were always the lifers, the ones who used Craigslist as a verb. I've been Craigslisting for over a year now. One potential bassist exhaled down into his coffee. How about you? And I realized that our meetup had suddenly transformed into an AA meeting, minus the hard chairs. Then there was the rockabilly guitar player who dressed like Elvis and left a trail of cologne in his wake strong enough to disinfect my bathroom. And the girl whose musical taste never predated whatever band had played the Bowery Ballroom the previous night. There was the pale, slumpy guy who hated his tech job working for a financial services firm and doomed every sentence with the preface, "As soon as I get my shit together." Not to mention the series of dismal encounters that led to the discovery that New Jersey is secretly home to a cult of male lawyers obsessed with Jeff Buckley. True. I was ready for all of this to end, so when I heard back from the producer, I felt more than the usual cheap pick-me-up of knowing my credentials had checked out. We agreed to meet up at his space the following Tuesday, and I spent the rest of the week deleting people from my inbox and feeling happy about it. The studio was in one of those expensive and painfully maintained Manhattan buildings that always look wholly deserted. It was raining the morning of my audition, and I'd made the unfortunate decision to eat a croissant along the way, only to notice once I reached the door that it had flaked down the front of my black jacket. I pawed at myself uselessly for a moment, realized it was hopeless, then rang the buzzer for the second floor. Within a moment, the speaker crackled, and a clipped male voice came at me. "Is this my 11 o'clock? Yes. Are you the Ricky Lee Jones one or the Annie Lennox one?" Sorry? Second flop. Then the door sang its flat note, and there was nothing left to do but open it. As I stood inside that doorway, wondering what to make of this exchange, a familiar sensation began to creep over me. Let's call it hope slippage. The quick drop of pressure when oversized expectations are ratcheted down violently and without warning. "This is going to be bad," a voice inside my head whispered. "Run away while you still can." But I didn't run. I went upstairs, feeling grateful that at least the hallway wasn't mirrored. The producer was sitting in an Aeron chair, backlit by an enormous Mac screen. When he got up to greet me, I noticed he was strikingly good-looking, John Edwards-y haircut, belted black pants, and a long-sleeved shirt whose color could best be described as expensive. Everything in the studio looked very modern and new. A 24-channel mixing board without a spot of dust among its matrix of knobs, a sleek desk made of dark wood, a side table with a neat stack of tape-op back issues. Helena, he said, looking down at the list in his hand. Alina. Well, Alina, it must really be throwing it down out there, he said, with a nod at my dripping guitar case. I forget, did you ever email me that list of influences? I think I mentioned Sinead O'Connor. Right, he said. He was British, but I can't read like that. Right, he said, making some notes on his list. So then you must be the Sinead O'Connor one. I said, finding it surprisingly difficult to push the words, I am the Sinead O'Connor one, out of my mouth. Why don't you go ahead and set up over there while I finish some things? The producer pointed to the back wall, where a Marshall stack waited on a square of lintless carpet. No problem, I said, and felt it again, that small drowning sensation. So I have a new album and it's got a lot of fast songs, but they only sound good with my band, so you get the slow ones. I hope that's okay. You know what? Let me tune this guitar real quick. I just got off a plane, so it's a little fussy. This is terrible because now I have to tell a funny story while I make up for this. I missed my flight this morning. Then I stood in a line for an hour and a half at JFK behind a family of 6 with an enormous dog that took up an entire luggage cart. I think it was a St. Bernard. It was barking. They were very upset. There was only one standby slot on the next flight. I took out this little cross that I was baptized in and I started kissing it like a crazy person right in the lounge of American Airlines, and one person got on board and that was me, and now I'm done tuning. to us in reverse. Sorry, this thing is very small. It's called a drumstick. It's an Appalachian instrument. So those of you who are standing, if you could help me out a little with a stomp, I'll do the first one. Can you kind of hear that? Do you want to adjust something to bring it closer? Should I wait for you? Or it's good. I'm going to go for it.
Yep.
I'm going to do this. My life is a mountain, glittering white with snow, and no one could mind it. It's stone. It's stone. Could I be the one you wanted? A diamond in the cold, but no one could find it. It's over. It's over. And it's all that I ever knew. So bury me in a silver locket and move miles and miles away, but you